Okay, we're back. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start hollowing this portion out first. Somebody asked if I would do a realistic bear, and this really won't be a realistic bear, but it will be a bear. Hopefully when we're done. All right. We're going to round this off again. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to find out, we go up here and we're going to try to match this out a little bit further. Bring this down. Alright. I'm going to spray this just to make it a little bit easier for me to carve it. You know, folks, I love this stuff. It's rubbing alcohol and water mix. Alright, I haven't done a lot of bears. Somehow they gave me a hang-up of how to do them, and you would think for me it would be very simple, and for the longest time I looked at that and thought, you know, don't feel bad, and I'm going to say this on the onset, don't feel bad if you're doing a project and you're just not sure how to do it, as simple as it may be, and you're not sure how to go about it. Do not stress over it. You know, then do something else that you're comfortable with. You know, if you're not comfortable with doing, we're going to bring the side of his head. Their heads are really kind of big and round and plumpy. So we're going to bring this down, okay, on each side. Same thing over here, we're going to bring this down. So don't hesitate not to do a project if your heart's not in it or you're not 100% sure. I'm not discouraging to try it. What I'm saying is, I said this story before, I had a real hang-up of how to do a snowman. Now, a snowman is very, very simple now, but I just couldn't get my mind wrapped around how to do a snowman. I cut one out on a bandsaw, and I just can't do this. I don't know why. It seemed simple, but it was, and I was doing birds and feathering and all that. For some reason that hung me up, and I thought, okay, and I left it alone for about 2 years. And when I started doing these Santas out of a cone, I thought, hey, maybe I can do the same thing with the snowman, and that's where the cone snowman came from. And after a friend of mine wanted one for so long, because she collected snowmen, I said, I finally made one that was more, well, I did a snowman before that, but you know, it was just really weird. You know, I just couldn't get my head wrapped around how to do that. So don't, you know, if something trips you up, don't let that discourage you from carving. It's just not your time to do that project yet. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Now the ears are rounded, right? The ears are rounded. We have kind of where they're going to be here. Alright, so let's bring this out. Let's bring this down just a tad more over here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch this in right there, okay? That's it. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to try to find the same location here, and then we're going to notch this out. Alright, good. You don't want to take too much off of there. You want that face to be nice and round. And we're going to go in here further. Yeah, we're not near done. Of course not. Alright, and the same thing up at the top here. We're going to notch it in. Okay. Alright, same thing over here. Okay, we're just notching it in. We're taking a little V cut out there, and then we'll round it up a little bit later, because their ears are kind of small compared to the rest of their body. You know, it's looking at some pictures the other day, I thought, you know, their ears are really tiny. So, you know, sometimes when you do a project, I would highly recommend that you do a lot of research. Just look at pictures of it and get your, you know, see what features stick out more than something else. Alright, now we're going to round this off just a little bit. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now, for the face, that'll be a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more yet. Okay, so I have this kind of hollowed out here, right? But right here we're going to put a notch. And another notch. Where's this nose is going to be here? Alright. So, notch this out. And notch this out. What you're doing is just putting a stop cut straight with how the corner is, and you're going to notch that out. Alright? Alright. Okay. Bring this down. Round this up. What we're going to do here is we're going to notch it a little bit below that. And we're going to bring this up and around. Okay? Alright, so let's bring this in a little further. Definitely a little further underneath the neck here, because he needs a neck. Let's just do this for a second. Get his head a little bit more rounded and defined. I'm going to take this off a little bit in the back here. Alright, just a little bit. Okay. Now, if you want to use a V-tool, you can. It might be a little bit easier. Okay, we'll be right back.